Hello, my name is Andre Butler, and the topic of discussion that I'll be talking about is password cracking. What is it and how does it work? Well, password cracking is the method or practice to recover stored data in a computer device. By doing this, the individual can recover forgotten passwords for ethical or unethical intentions. The attacker can gain access to the hashed password in numerous ways, such as by reading the password verification database, intercepting the hashed password through an open network, or guess the password if it's correct without being limited to testing it. Background history. The concept of password cracking has been around for a while now. Over a decade ago, we saw the rise of popular password cracking tools such as Jack the Ripper and Cain and Abel, which use CPU core power in order to hash from plain text formats. Nowadays, there are also tools that use GPUs and rainbow tables that are being loaded into SSDs that reduce the amount of time it takes for the passwords to be cracked. Tools like Rainbow Crack, Hashcat, CryptoHaze Multiforcer are all used to crack hashes. There are multiple types of attacks. A few of them that I'll be discussing right now. One of them will be the brute force attack, in which the attacker uses a computer or script in order to try and log in with potential password combinations till it's unlocked. Then there's the dictionary attack, an attack that occurs when the hacker attempts to log in using a program or script using common words typically from a dictionary book. And the last one that I'll be talking about are the keylogger attacks. It's when an attacker uses a program that tracks specific keystrokes of the targeted user and their credentials are recorded. Typically, the user is tricked into downloading these types of programs since the only way for these programs to work are for them to be installed. Compared to brute force and dictionary attacks, strong passwords don't affect keyloggers that much. So, what are some solutions and defenses against password cracking? One thing you can use or do as a user is enable password lockouts. By using a password lockout system, you're reducing the chances of an attacker trying to guess your credentials by setting a specific amount of attempts that a password can be entered. Things that can be done are set the password threshold to no more than 5 attempts at it, have a reset counter after 1 minute at its smallest value, as well as setting the lockout duration to 1 minute. Use complex and long passwords. Make sure logins for credentials require around 15 or more characters and use special characters with some basic complexity to it. By doing this, it disables the creation of a LM password hash, in which this makes password cracking tools have a hard time decrypting your password for the most part. Then another thing that you can do is incorporate frequent password changes. Have passwords be changed after a certain amount of days have passed. This gives the attacker less time to figure out passwords because they will always be different once the set time period has been reached. And by making each new password 15 or more credits long, it becomes even harder for the tools to crack. Last but not least, audit passwords frequently. Sometimes using a password cracking tool yourself will allow you to figure out how certain tools work and the vulnerabilities that reside with certain passwords. This will teach the end user to better protect themselves from any threat.